Okay guys, welcome back. This is part 4 of my 911 RS Backdate project, and what I'm going to do in part 4 is I'm going to delete the sunroof off the car. So it's going to involve grinding and welding, and this is the sort of equipment that you're going to need, yeah? Now, I'll put those on again in a minute. Rubber gloves for welding are not a great idea because they melt when something hot hits them. And I can see a little hole in here from the last time I used it, but you must have your goggles anyway. You should really have non-inflammable gloves, and if you're grinding you do really need these because it's about 110 or more, 120 maybe decibels with a grinder. And because it's a Sunday now, I don't want to annoy my neighbours, otherwise I'll be outside in the sunshine. It's about 6 PM, it's not dark yet, but I'm going to do it inside. So I've covered everything damaging, because when you do grinding and the little pieces come off it, it can certainly embed itself in anything that's around, including paintwork on other cars, glass, all sorts of stuff, yeah? So anyway, this isn't supposed to be a lesson, I just want to get on with it. And so let's have a go. Here is the sunroof panel. Now, I'm going to come a bit closer so you can see this. Okay, maybe you can see it. On 3 sides, it has a depth of about 7 or 8 millimeters, and on the 4th side it is stepped back, and that is something to do with the mechanism as it comes back and slides up into place. And I've worked out that I can keep this piece here. That's going to be quite good, and if I wedge that up against the inside of the roof, the top of the sunroof comes exactly level with the body shell. So on the other 3 sides I've got to somehow make those level, and the way I've got to do that is by grinding off this lip. And because it's too small for the aperture, I've got to apply a little piece of sheet metal around the edge, weld it on, and then I've got to mark it with a pencil and cut it to the exact size of the aperture so that I can weld it on. So here goes. So you can see I've been halfway around now, and I've spot welded it all the way with my MIG welder, and I've done that so as to avoid distortion. I've done a few well spaced, then gone back, started to fill it in, and probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue to do that until I've gone all the way round. So I'm not going to do any runs of weld, because on large panels like this it's very likely that you're going to distort it and you'll just never get the roof flat again afterwards. So that's the idea. Now that is super strong in there, and if I take a level, the flat edge, you can see a little bit of light under there where the filler's going to go, but the 2 surfaces are pretty perfect all the way round. See, there's a little bit of light for filler, but it meets up with that panel, and then it meets up with this panel. So you can see that's the key. You want to get a good job on that, don't you? It's important. I've got to do the other half, then I'm going to fill it in, and that will be the sunroof deleted. Welcome back to Dave and Dave's garage, and as you can see the sunroof has been fully welded in, so now it's a coupe without sunroof. And although I'd like to claim all the credit, actually it is my mate Dave who's been doing all the hard work. He's welded it in, seam welded it round without any distortion, and now he's putting a little bit of filler so that the roof of the car is going to look exactly as it should have left the factory, with no sunroof. I hope you can see that, because the sun is going down, it's getting a little bit dark. It's the end of our first day of work, but that is the sunroof completely deleted. We haven't smoothed off the filler or completely got it level with the surrounding metalwork, and that is because our body shop does not like us doing that. Before they do the paint, they want to do all that sort of stuff themselves, so we're going to leave that exactly like that. So there we go, that is the job done. It's probably going to take you about 6 hours to do in total if you fancy it yourselves. And just to add that I sold the mechanism from the sunroof for £250 on a famous internet auction site, so that was a little bit of money coming back into the kitty. So I wish you luck. Thank you very much for listening. My name's David Pengilly.